Iltimish bhai, you can hear me?
Yes, Swami, we can hear.
Yes, Iltimish bhai, you can start the meeting.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa mawala. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. قال الله تعالى في سورة الزمر قرآنا عربيا غير ذي عوج لعلكم تتقون. وفي سورة الأنبياء قال الله تعالى لقد أنزلنا إليكم كتابا فيه ذكركم أفلا تعقلون. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير. So أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. Welcome to all of you in the second series of our course. Today is the second session, and I have recited to you a couple of verses from Quran. So the first one, as I recited, was from Surah Zumar, where Allah says that Quran Arabian غَيْرَ ذِي عِوَجٍ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, that this Quran is in Arabic without any iwaj. Iwaj means there is no it's a straightforward language. There is no, you'll not find any complexities in it. And Allah says perhaps that you may attain taqwa. And in the another verse was from Surah Anbiya, where Allah says لَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكُمْ كِتَابًا فِيهِ ذِكْرُكُمْ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ, that we have certainly revealed a book meaning this Quran, فِيهِ ذِكْرُكُمْ, in which is your mention. So Allah is saying that in Quran He has mentioned all of us, including myself and you all. أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ, so will you not ponder over it? So if you see these verses, Allah is clearly telling us that in Quran these are mentioned, and these verses should inspire us to learn the language of the Quran, which is the Lisanul Quran, meaning the language of Quran, which is Arabic. And that is why we all are here, bi'idhnillah, with the help of Allah and with His permission. So with these few words, and I would like to also quote a hadith from Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Ihris ala ma yanfa'uka, wasta'in billah, wa la ta'jaz," meaning strive towards something which will benefit you, and seek help and assistance with Allah, and do not tire, meaning just do not become bored of seeking something which is beneficial to you, and seek Allah's help. So we seek Allah's help and assistance in whatever we do. And that is what we promise Allah in our every salah, which is Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, that it is you alone who we worship and you alone who we seek help. So with this, inshallah, we will begin today's session, and I'll start sharing my screen. So I've already sent the topic for today, so we'll be covering that topic today, inshallah. So yesterday we talked about quite a few topics such as parts of speech. Then we saw how many Arabic alphabets were there. Then we saw the vowel signs, which are Dhamma, Fatha, and Kasra. And then we saw that a particular noun or ism can have two states. There are others as well, which we will be dealing inshallah shortly. So we talked about definite and indefinite, so which is nothing but ma'rifa and nakira. And I need you all to remember these terms and these terminologies. That ma'rifa is something definite, wherein an alif lam is preceded in a word and tanween will not be there. And when I say tanween, it is the sound, the noon sound whenever you pronounce a word. For example, kitabun, kursiyun, etc. So if it has tanween, it is ra, and if it has alif lam, it is ma'rifa. And then we talked about types of i'rab. So I hope that the topic of i'rab is clear, because I've already provided some notes on it. So just to revise, that the i'rab is something which deals with the case ending of a word, such as the example of Muhammadun Rasulullahi, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullahi, wa Ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh, and Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin. So in three cases, you see that a noun, particular noun, is getting declined due to various reasons. And there are three types of i'rab. I'rab, when I say it can either be marfu, mansub, or majroor. So when I say marfu, if any noun has dhamma at the end, as you can see in my screen here, if any noun has dhamma at the end, it is called marfu. If it has fatha at the end, it is called mansub. And if it has kasra at the end, it is called majroor. Then we talked about jumlatul ismiya, and we just saw that jumla ismiya had two parts. One is called al-mubtada or mubtada, and the other part is called khabar. So mubtada is something with which a jumla or a sentence is starting, and khabar is something about which we are given information about. So so we'll deal more on this today, inshallah. Then yeah, for today we will see something, and also we saw that the ism, for example, Muhammadun was mu'rab. When I say mu'rab, it means that it declines, it changes its states. Just like just to give you a parable or an example, like what are these three changes. So just like we change our clothes, for example, when we go to office, we are in a different attire. When we are at home, we wear differently, and when we go to some party or some marriage reception or whatever, we have a different dressing style. So we change our hal as in state, according to situations. So similarly, a noun changes its states according to situations. And what are those situations, we will be seeing inshallah. Now today, as I said, we will talk about mabni ism. So Morab, you already know that Morab is something which declines, and the example of which could be kitabun, kitaban, and kitabin. So you clearly see that it has three different forms. It has three different forms. Similarly, another name Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin, Hamidun, Hamidan, Hamidin. So these, so in Arabic, mostly there are, if we say there are 100%, in 100%, there are 98% of nouns which are mu'arab, and there are only 2% of nouns which are mabni. So you don't have to worry about what is mabni and how do we remember this. So it's just 2%, and out of which we will see today that what are the nouns are which are mabni. So for the first noun that is mabni, when I say mabni, it doesn't change. It will be the same in all the cases. You will not see any change in that particular noun. So if the noun is not changing its hal, its state in any shape or form, and based on any situation, so we call that noun as mabni. So the first example of which is hada. So it's a very common noun. Common, when I say common, it's mashhur. Mashhur meaning it's famous. Everyone knows at least hada. We have been reading Quran, and in Quran there are a number of places that this word is used. So when I say hada, so we'll see what is hada today. So hada is called ismul ishara, and when I say ismul ishara, it means something. For example, a book is lying near me in my table, and I want someone to tell, if I want to tell someone that this is my book. So what is within my reach? Okay, which is within my vicinity. If I say which is within my reach, so I say this is my book. So to give ishara or to demonstrate something which is within your reach and vicinity, we call that as ismul ishara. Ishara as in you are pointing towards something, and this is for a thing which is near you. So we say haza is called ismul ishara lil qareeb. Qareeb yani, qareeb means near, and ba'id means far. So we'll talk about far later, because that is far. So we will talk about what is near. So haza is, if you say haza means this, and haza is called ismul ishara in Arabic, and this is used for qareeb, which is near you. So we call haza as haza ismul ishara lil qareeb. I hope this is clear. And haza is from the mabni ism, the ism which is mabni, which means it does not change its hal. Haza will be haza always. You will not see haza changing its state. Okay, so haza is called ismul ishara lil qareeb. And one important thing to note about haza is it is definite in nature. When I say definite, it means you will not find alif lam attached to it, but it is definite in a way that similarly, for example, if someone's name is Hamid, so Hamid is definite in nature because Hamid is the name of someone. It's not a common name. Okay, so in from that perspective, haza is always definite. Okay, definite means ma'rifa. So we'll not talk definite, we'll not use this term definite. We'll use the Arabic terminologies such as ma'rifa. Ma'rifa means definite, and nakira means indefinite. So haza is definite in nature. What is dalika? We'll see in coming chapters, chapter 2 and chapter 2 onwards. So haza is, as I said, haza is ismul ishara lil qareeb, for near thing, for pointing towards, and also it is masculine. Now for any noun in any language will have certain qualities, and it will have four. Any noun will be, when we talk about noun, we'll need to know four things about it. First is its gender, as in whether it is masculine or feminine. So for masculine we say mudhakkar, and for feminine we say muannas. Then we need to know whether it is it's adad. Adad means its count, as in is it singular, is it plural. So for singular and plural we have wahid and jama. And capacity, as I already explained you, capacity is nothing but whether it is ma'rifa or nakira, whether it is definite or indefinite. And we'll talk about i'rab of any noun. And i'rab, as I've already explained, i'rab is something of the three, like marfu, mansub, or majroor. Okay, so for every noun we'll see these four qualities of a noun. So haza is masculine in nature. Haza is wahid as in singular, and haza is ma'rifa. Okay, and one important thing to note here is any this is a rule. Okay, I'll also explain. When I'll provide my notes, I'll mention this point, but this is just for you to remember that any noun in Arabic in its natural state. When I say natural state, it means there are no there's nothing being done with this noun. So it's just that you pronounce it. For example, hadha, or zalika, or kitabun, or qalamun, or kursiyun, or sarirun, or masjidun, or babun. So all of this in its natural state are always marfu. Okay, this is one first rule. All of the nouns, every noun in its natural state is marfu, and the sign of marfu is a dhamma at the end or double dhamma. For example, kitabun or al kitabu, both are marfu. So the sign of marfu is dhamma. But in hada, if you see, you don't find any sign over here. The reason is hada is mabni. Mabni, when I say mabni, it is built upon this structure. So it will not take any sign at the end. You will not find hada and a dhamma at the end. But it is estimated as it is understood that hada is marfu in its natural state. Okay, this is just for just for you to grasp this concept that hada is marfu in its natural state, and any noun for that matter. All of the nouns are marfu in its natural state. Then, and then when you've seen this, we'll move forward, and yeah, then we'll come to this mubtada and khabar thing, that jumla ismiya that we just spoke about. There are when we say mubtada and khabar has certain qualities. And when I say certain qualities, as in it's hal as in it's i'rab. So as one first rule which I have told you just now is any noun in its natural state is always marfu, and haza is definite in nature because it is ismul ishara, and all ismul ishara are definite in nature. Then mubtada and khabar. So in any jumlatul ismiya, mubtada and khabar will always be marfu. This is one rule. Mubtada and khabar will always be marfu. And we'll see this when we start chapter 1. Mubtada and khabar are always marfu. This is one rule. Second rule is mubtada is nakira. Mubtada is ma'rifa, and khabar is always nakira. And if not always, in most cases. So first rule is any noun in its natural state is marfu. Second rule is mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Third rule is mubtada is always ma'rifa, meaning definite, and khabar is always nakira. Okay. To explain you this, mubtada is always ma'rifa and khabar is always nakira. Let's take an example of this. Al-kitabu jadidun. So when I say Al-kitabu jadidun, it means the book is new. And since Al-kitab is ism, and how do we know that it is ism? Is because it has alif lam. And jadidun is also ism. How do we know that? Because it has tanween. So as I've explained you yesterday, that ism has two qualities. There are others as well, which we'll talk later, inshallah. So it has alif lam, then it will be ism. Or if it has tanween, when I say tanween, it has this sound, noon sound at the end. For example, jadidun. So you see here a noon sound. And in this jumla, this is a jumla ismiya. Why is it a jumla ismiya? is because it's starting with ism. Al-kitab is a ism and jadidun is khabar. So al-kitabu is mubtada because with which a jumla is starting, and jadidun is khabar. So you notice here this rule that mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Is it marfu or not? Yes. And how do we know that? Because al-kitabu has a dhamma at the end and jadidun has dhamma at the end. And al-kitabu is mubtada and jadidun is khabar. So mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Next is next rule, as I said, mubtada is always ma'rifa and khabar is always nakira. So you see al-kitabu is ma'rifa, obviously because it has alif lam, it is definite, and jadidun is khabar and it is indefinite in nature. Next example is al-qalamu maksurun, the pen is broken. So when I say al-qalam, it is ma'rifa because it is because it is mubtada, and it is marfu as well because it is mubtada, because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. And second rule is mubtada is ma'rifa and khabar is nakira. Now coming to hadha baytun. Just now I have explained you that ismul ishara, demonstrative nouns are definite in nature, and mubtada and khabar are always marfu. So we will apply these two rules here. Hada baytun. When I say hada baytun, it means this is a house. So hada is mubtada and baytun is khabar. So hada is mubtada. Okay. So is it definite? Yes, it is definite because I've already told you that hada is definite in nature. So our first rule is satisfied. Second rule is mubtada and khabar are always marfu. So, but you do not see dhamma's sign at the end in hada. So as I said, this is mabni. Since it is mabni, it will not take that sign, but it is estimated and it is understood that hada is marfu here because it is mabni, and mabni ism will not change its hal. And baytun is khabar, it is also marfu and it is nakira. So both the rules are satisfied here. Okay, I hope this is clear, because with this we will inshallah begin our book 1, chapter 1. So if you have any doubt, we'll discuss at the end of the class, inshallah. So with this brief introduction, inshallah we will begin our journey today, starting with book 1. And one important thing that I would like all of you to have is, if you can have a physical copy of the book, please do, or if not, just take a printout, because it is important that you write within the book all the points, all the important points that you have. You should write in the book itself, and you should not write in the notebook, because there are chances that you might lose your notebook sometime, but the book will always stay with you. And whenever you come back for a revision, all the rules you will find it here. You will not have to find somewhere else, because this is what I used to do it. And I'll show just a sample of book 1 from my personal copy that I used to write in the book, within the book. And all the notes, whenever I refer, it's right in front of me. So it is advisable that you must have a copy of physical copy of this book, and you should write all those beneficial points in the book itself, rather than writing it, noting it down somewhere else. So this will help you whenever you want to revise, or if you want to teach someone else. This will help you, inshallah. So we'll start today, inshallah, with book 1, chapter 1, which is called Ad-Darsul Awwal, meaning the first lesson. And the topic is Hada. Hada, as I said, Hada is called Ismul Ishara lil Qareeb. Ismul Ishara for things which are near you. And it is definite in nature. Okay. And it is any noun in its natural state is always marfu. Now we'll see the we'll see how we will be doing all the lessons. Okay, so first is for example, I'll read the first one. Hada baytun. Hada baytun. So first we will translate this as this is a house. And why am I saying a house is because baytun is nakira. Okay, so and we will do it like this. Hada is mubtada, baytun is khabar. Okay, and we'll mention two more points of benefits here. For example, we'll say hada is mubtada and it is marfu because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Then baytun is khabar and it is also marfu because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Second thing is hada is definite or ma'rifa and baytun is nakira. Okay, let's take the example of the second sentence. Hada masjidun. This is a masjid or a mosque. The translation of which is this is a mosque. So when I say now we will analyze it. When I say analyze, we will see that what is hada called in Arabic. How do Arabs understand this rather than translating each and every word? Obviously, we will translate for our own understanding, but we will try to understand the Arabic text in Arabic and using the Arabic terminologies, that how do they understand, so that this will help you understanding the Quran as well. Okay, so whenever you come across these, you may apply these rules and see that okay, this is why it is marfu here, this is why it is mansoob here or majroor here, and why is it in such a way. Okay, then hada masjidun. Haza, we know haza is ismul ishara lil qarib, and here when in this sentence haza is mubtada, masjidun is khabar, and mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Then hada is ma'rifa in nature and masjidun is khabar, and it is nakira because khabar is nakira, mubtada is ma'rifa. Okay, now my what I will do is I will not up to here I have explained you the concept. Now I will be asking questions so that this class will not be a monologue. It's rather it will be interactive, inshallah. So the next sentence I would like any of you to read, translate, and explain me each and every concept which I just said. So who do we have here? Please enlarge. Okay. Farhan, can you read the next sentence and do the analysis? Hello? Farhan, can you hear me? Then who do we have? Fuad.
Yes.
Yeah, can you please do the next sentence?
Haza babun. Haza is ismul ishara, mubtada. Babun is khabar.
Okay.
And haza is ma'rifa and babun is nakira.
And one more important point. Mubtada and khabar are always marfu. So you say
Marfu,
haza
yes.
is also marfu, babun is also marfu. Okay.
Haza is, yes, marfu.
Barakallah fiqh. Then who do we have? Sayyid Muhammad Yasir. Are you there with us? Hello. And I'm doing this just for everyone's benefit, and I mean, the sisters who are there can follow this, and they themselves can do it. Sure.
I think his audio is not on. Although.
Okay, Farhan, can you do the next one?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Haza kitabun.
Hmm.
Haza is ismul ishara and Haza is mubtada. Kitabun is khabar.
Okay.
And both mubtada and khabar, which is Haza and kitabun, are marfu.
Marfu. Okay. And translation would be?
This is a book.
Okay, fine. Jazakallah khair. Now, one thing that I just remembered, that you see that we are translating Hada Kitabun as this is a book. So, did you notice that where does that is come from? Where is this is in the sentence? So the thing is in Arabic. Arabic does not have an auxiliary verb like is, am, are. So it is understood that when you say Hada Kitabun, Arabs will know that you're talking about a book, and is implied meaning. Is not there. You will not find any word for is in Arabic, but it is implied that when you say Hada Kitabun, it means this is a book, and a book we are getting from Nakira, and is implied meaning. Okay. Next is the next sentence. I would like someone, Abdus Salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you please do the next one?
Yes. Hada qalamun.
No.
And this is Jumla Ismiya.
No.
And Hada is Marfu.
No.
And qalamun is also Marfu. And Hada is the subject, that is Mubtada. And
Yes.
qalamun is Khabar.
No.
And Hada is Marifa. And qalamun is Nakira.
Ahsant, barakallahu fiqh. Next, Ibrahim. Ibrahim, if you're there. If not, Ziaul Haq. Okay, no problem.
Ibrahim's audio is not working.
Okay, no problem. Ziaul Haq.
Any person, I mean, any male audience can start reading. Please don't hesitate, even if if you have problem with teachers.
This is just to make you all comfortable with the rules and all the terminologies that we just discussed. This is not to make anyone uncomfortable. It's just for the benefit of everyone. So anyway, we have Dilshad here. So Dilshad, if you can do the next one, please.
Yes. Where were we? Babun. Are we there? Am I audible?
Your voice is.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Dilshad brother, you are audible.
Okay. So it's Haza Babun. Haza is this, and Ismul Ishara. Babun is Khabar.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you need to tell it's Arab as well, and the point of benefit that we derive from this sentence.
Means this is Haza Babun. This is means we are integrating towards the nearest which is door. So
Okay.
Haza Babun means Haza means this, or Babun means door.
Okay. And Haza, okay, fine, no problem. Jazakallah khair. Next sentence is hada miftahun. So I'll do it for the benefit of everyone. So hada is mubtada, miftahun is khabar, and hada is ma'rifa because it is mubtada and it is marfu, and miftahun is khabar and it is nakira and it is marfu because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Mubtada is ma'rifa, khabar is nakira, and the translation of the sentence is this is a key. So the next sentence I will do inshallah. Hada maktabun. Hada maktabun. The translation of which is this is a table. Okay. And hada is mubtada, maktabun is khabar. Hada is ma'rifa and maktabun is nakira. Hada is marfu and maktabun is marfu because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. So you notice one thing here, that in all the sentence we are just it's just like 1 + 1 = 2, and that's what I'm asking you to do. It's nothing extra that I'm asking. Next sentence is hada sarirun. This is a bed. So we say hada mubtada, sarirun khabar. Hada and sarirun both are in marfu state because both are mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Next is hada is ma'rifa. Yes.
Yeah, do you want me to do this?
Yeah, you do the kursiyun one.
Yeah, haza kursiyun, and haza is ismul ishara. Haza is, and for i'rab, haza and kursiyun are marfu,
Yes.
and haza is ma'rifa,
Mm.
and kursiyun is nakira.
Barakallah.
This is a chair.
Yes, this is a chair. So I hope up to this point we are clear. Next is we'll have to just talk a little about this ma and the next concept. So I'll just tell you what is ma and other things are. Okay. Before that, so ma and man. Okay. Ma and man. So when I say ma, it means what, and man means who. So you forget about man for now. We'll concentrate on ma. So ma in Arabic is a harf. So yesterday someone asked me what we did. We did not talk about harf. Now harf as a particle is coming. So ma is particle of interrogation. One of the particles of interrogation. So interrogation, when I say ma, means what. So for example, if something is within your vicinity and you want to ask what is this, we just saw say this is a man, and like when you want to ask a question, what is this, and ma, one important thing about ma is it is used with non-living things and those who are not those who do not possess intellect, so non-intellectual. So so the animals will come here. So ma is only used with non-living and things non-intellectuals such as animals, plants, and etc. Even though they have the soul, but they are not intellectuals. They are aqil. They are not aqil. Aqil only aqil. When I say aqil means those who possess intellect. So we the human beings, the jinn, and the malaika. So these three are aqil, and apart from this, all of other things are ghair aqil. So ma is used with anything which is non-living and which does not possess intellect. Ma, when I say ma means what, and if you want to ask question, what is this? So you use ma hada. Okay, and we will not deal or we will not analyze the interrogative sentences for now. We'll only talk about positive affirmative sentences, not interrogative at the moment. And now the next particle of interrogation is a. If you see, a is nothing but hamza harful istifham or hamzatul istifham. It is called hamzatul istifham. For example, if you have asked him what is this, so he will say this is a house. And if you want to further ask him whether we want to ask the question like this, that is this a house? So you will say a hada baytun. Okay, hada baytun means this is a house. And if you want to say is this a house, so you will say a hada baytun. And we also have another thing, hal. You might have heard about this one. Hal anta muslim? Are you a Muslim? Or hal hada kitab? Is this a book? So and hal both are same. So in this book only meaning hamza is mentioned. So is or hamza is called particle of interrogation. And when you ask any question like this, obviously the first answer would be yes or no. So when if I ask is this a book, the answer would be yes or no. And then you say yes, this is a book, or no, this is not a book, or no, this is something else. So you say la or naam. So you already know la and naam, everyone knows. Naam means yes, la means no. So naam and la are called harful jawab. Harful jawab means particles of answer. You answer anyone with yes or no, so it is called harful jawab. So if this is clear, we'll do this one. So now we have seen that haza baytun, haza kitabun, haza maktabun, and others. So we'll talk about next is ma haza. What is this? So when I say what is this, if you want to ask any question like this, for example, the picture of a house is mentioned, and the question is ma haza. So the answer would be haza baytun, because you're just asking what is this. So we already know haza mubtada baytun khabar, and haza is ismul ishara, qareeb, for things which are near, and haza is marifa, and baytun is nakira. Haza is marfu, baytun is also marfu, because both are mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Next is, if you want to ask further question like is this a house, so you say a haza baytun or hal haza baytun. Both are same. So, a haza baytun, is this a house? So the answer would be naam hada baytun. Yes, this is a house. So naam, now we will analyze this particular sentence here. So when I say naam, we will say naam is harfu jawab, and harf does not have any i'rab. This is another important point. Harf, when you say harf, is it marfu, mansub, majrur? We do not talk about i'rab in harf, because harf in itself does not have any i'rab. We'll do i'rab of noun and ism and fi'l, not for harf. So naam, we'll simply say naam means harfu jawab. Then next sentence we have already done. Hada baytun, naam. Hada baytun means naam harfu jawab. Hada mubtada, baytun khabar. And the related points of benefits, such as haza is marifa, khabar is nakira, and haza is mubtada, and khabar is also haza is mubtada and marfu, khabar is baytun, and it is also marfu, because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Next is a shirt. So ma haza. So the answer would be haza qamisun. So haza mubtada, qamisun khabar. So you see, whatever I spoke about in last two classes or the current class, I have been repeating this quite a number of times. So this repetition will will make you understand all this concept, and this will become your this will be saved in your memory because this is being repeated often. So I'll for the benefit of everyone, I'm just repeating it. Now, in the short one, if I were to ask someone, ahada qamisun, so what would be the answer? Anyone? Farhan.
Yes, Altamash bhai. I couldn't hear the
So
question.
if I were to ask pointing towards this shirt that ahada qamisun, what would be the answer?
Naam haza qamisun.
And if I were to ask pointing towards this shirt, ahada baytun?
La haza qamisun.
Ahsan, barakallahu fi. So you see,
Altamash bhai, there's a question.
yes.
Yeah, the question is hal also a particle of interrogation?
Yes. I said hal and hamza both are same. Hal is also a particle of interrogation. So instead of hada sarirun in the next sentence, you can also say hal hada sarirun. Both will give the same meaning. Hamza, which is a, and hal, both are particles of interrogation. I hope this is clear. So it's just that in this book, the Sheikh has used Hamza instead of hal. So you may see hal somewhere else. So you should not get confused that what is this hal. So hal is nothing but a particle of interrogation or harful istifham. Rather than particles of interrogation, we will use the Arabic terminologies often so that this gets stored in our memories. Next is ahada sarirun. Sarirun means bed, but this is a chair. So the answer is la hada kursiyun. La, no, this is a chair. So la is called harfu jawab, hada mubtada, kursiyun khabar. La, as I said, it does not have any i'rab, so we'll not talk about that. Hada is marfu, kursiyun is also marfu, because I said mubtada and khabar are always marfu. And another points of benefits for this is hada is ma'rifa, because mubtada are always ma'rifa, and kursiyun is nakira, because khabar is always nakira. Next is ahada miftahun or hal hada miftahun. So the answer would be Fuad. Fuad.
Yes.
So I'm asking, pointing towards this pen. Ahada miftahun or hal hada miftahun. What would be your answer?
La haza qalam.
Hada qalam. And please do the analysis of this sentence as well.
Haza is mubtada, qalamun is khabar, la is harful jawab.
No. Barakallahu fi. So if I were to ask again, pointing towards this pen, ahada qalamun, then what would be your answer?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah. If I were to ask you, pointing towards this pen, that ahada qalamun, then what would be your answer?
Naam haza qalamun.
No. Barakallahu fi. So you see how the sentence is formed, and we already talked about the Arab and all the points of benefits for this particular sentence. Now, next is ma haza, and the picture is star. So we are considering that it's not the star which is in sky. It's just that the picture of star which is in front of you, which is near you. Okay. So ma haza. The answer is hada najmun. This is a star, and the plural of which is nujum. So we'll see plural and other aspects in the next coming classes, inshallah. So ma hada najmun. Next question is ahada najmun. So the answer would be naam hada najmun. Or if I were to ask ahada qalamun, pointing towards the star, the answer would be La Hada Najmun. And La, as I said, is harfu jawab, no i'rab. Hada mubtada, qalamun khabar. Hada is marfu, qalamun is marfu. Hada is ma'rifa because it is mubtada. Qalamun is nakira because it is khabar. So mubtada is always ma'rifa, khabar is always nakira. Hada is called ismul ishara, and the translation of this sentence is no, this is a pen. So the next is the tamareen or the exercises. So what you need to do is, if for the first one, the key is shown here. So, and the question is ma hada. So your answer should be hada miftahun, and you should be able to analyze hada miftahun. Okay, when you practice at home, you should say hada is mubtada, miftahun is khabar, and hada is ma'rifa because it is mubtada. Miftahun is nakira because it is khabar, and haza and miftahun both are marfu because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Then haza is ismul ishara, qareeb, for things which are near. Then what I want you to do is you make those you ask next questions also. For example, you should ask ahadha miftahun or hal hadha miftahun. So, and you should answer yourself that naam hadha miftahun, or pointing towards this book, you should, if someone were to ask you ahadha qalamun, you should say la hadha kitabun. And similarly for the next picture, ma hadha, the answer should be hadha qalamun, and you should form these two sentences as well. These two questions, ahadha qalamun, the answer should be naam hadha qalamun, or ahadha miftahun, la hadha qalamun. Next is ma hadha, so the answer should be hadha baytun. This is a hadha babun, this is a door. Hadha mubtada, babun khabar. Hadha is ismul ishara lil qareeb. Hadha and babun both are marfu because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Then hadha is ma'rifa because it is mubtada, and babun is nakira because it is khabar. And then next question, ahadha baytun, pointing towards this door, the answer should be la hadha babun. Next question, ahadha babun, naam hadha babun. Next is ma hadha, so hadha baytun. Ahadha baytun, naam hadha baytun. Hal hadha baytun, naam hadha baytun. Ahadha masjidun, la hadha baytun. And the pattern goes likewise. Next is mahada. The answer should be hada kursiyun. And you need to do all these exercises. And if you all would have seen in the last yesterday's notes, I have provided some links. So if you want to practice your writing skills as well, there's a YouTube video, even though it is in Arabic, but it should not matter as long as he has shown you how to read, how to write. So for any language, there are 4 aspects: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. So what we are doing here is reading, listening, speaking. And for writing, you need to do at your home. So writing, as I've already provided you the link, or if someone wants, I'll again post this in the group. And we are doing here, we are covering 3 aspects of the language, which is you are listening, you are reading, and you are speaking. So we will develop these 3 aspects, inshallah. And as for writing, then this is something that you have to do. So my ustad used to say that if you do not know how to write Arabic, you just take it as a drawing, that you just see the letters and try to draw similarly. And likewise, I did learn personally, and Anyway, I have provided you the link, so you can go and watch how to write. Next is the Tamrin 2. We are almost reaching to the end of today's session. So we'll quickly do this because this will be your homework. Tamrin 1 and 2. Tamrin means is called exercise. So ahadha baytun. The answer should be la. Hadha masjidun. Then you should ask next question. Ahadha masjidun. Then answer should be naam. Hadha masjidun. Next is ahadha miftahun. La. Hadha qalamun. Ahadha qalamun. Naam. Hadha qalamun. Or you can ask ma hadha. So hadha qalamun. Ahadha qamisun. Naam. Hadha qamisun. Ahadha ahadha kursiyun. La. Hadha qamisun. Or hal hadha qamisun? Naam, hadha qamisun. So it's same. Then ahadha najmun. Is this a star? Naam, hadha najmun. Ahadha ahadha qalamun? La, hadha najmun. And then you can also ask ma hadha? Hadha najmun. And you do the analysis yourself. Like hadha is mubtada, najmun is khabar, hadha is ma'rifa. Mubtada because it is mubtada, najmun is nakira because it is khabar, hada and najmun both are marfu because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. Then you have tamrin 3, iqra waktub. So iqra means read. It's a order, so which is the first wahi of Allah, that iqra, read. Waktub means write. Read and write. So you notice here that hadha maktabun, hadha masjidun, hadha qalamun. Sheikh has skipped the i'rab or the vowel signs here. So it is upon you to put all the vowel signs and read and write. So if you see the first sentence, there are no vowel signs here. It's just because you should be able to read it properly now that you are aware of the rules. So you should, whenever you read, you should read hadha maktabun and not as maktaban or maktabin. So we saw the first thing is why maktabun was maktabun here, because maktabun is khabar and khabar is always marfu. That is why the sign in maktabun is dhamma. So you see, we are starting to learn the concepts or concepts which I have mentioned in the earlier classes. So you see, in the next sentence, you will read it as hadha masjidun and not as masjidan or masjidin, because you know the rules that hadha is mubtada and masjidun is khabar. So mubtada and khabar are always marfu. So the sign at dal of masjid should be dhamma because it is khabar and khabar is always marfu. And haza does not take any sign because it is mabni, and it is ma'rifa because it is ismul ishara are always ma'rifa, and masjidun is nakira, and likewise. And next is hadha qalamun. So you will always read this as qalamun and not as qalaman or qalamin. And you should be able to analyze this by now, that hadha is mubtada, qalamun is khabar, hadha is ismul ishara, this is ma'rifa, and this is marfu here because this is mubtada, qalamun is khabar, it is nakira, and it is marfu because mubtada and khabar are always marfu. And similarly, hadha sarirun, this is a bed. And next is ma hadha, as I've already told you, ma is called harful istifham. We will use this term rather than using particles of interrogation. So that is in English. So we'll use these terminologies often so that this gets stored in our memory. And anyway, since we are learning Arabic and not English grammar, so it's beneficial that we use these terminologies rather than using the English terms. Next is mahada. So mahada means what is this. So the answer could be anything. Hada kursiyun, hada qalamun. The next question will be ahada qalamun or ahada baytun. So the answer would be la or naam, depending on the sentence and the question asked. Ma hada miftahun. So with this, inshallah, we'll finish today's lesson, and we'll see man and other things in the coming classes, inshallah. So the homework for you is you need to put Arab in all this, because this is why I was asking that you should have a physical copy of this book, hard copy, and you put all the Arab whenever it is required, for example here, and you should write the answers in the book itself rather than writing it in a separate notebook. And for writing practice, obviously you take a notebook and start learning how to write in Arabic, and I've already provided you the link. So if there are any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we will close the session.
If anyone has any questions, you can either write in the chat or just ask directly. It could be generally about the course also. Related to the chapter or the course.
Sorry for that, I did not see Tulay. It's just because there was no electricity here and I had to join through my mobile, so I did not see. Sorry, I'll ask next.
Oh, Tulay and Atif are here.
Yes,
I didn't know.
How can we get the hard copy from a shop, from a book, from Amazon, or from any means?
Actually, now if you want, you can get it from Amazon. If not, I think we have the soft copy, which is there provided by Sheikh itself.
Yeah.
So you can take it and you can use some software for annotating it on your mobile, or if you have an iPad or a laptop. Details of the book.
دروس اللغة العربية لغير ناطقين بها, or it is called as the famous Medina Arabic series. It would be available in any of the Islamic bookshops. Printing is good option. Yes, if you have the liberty of getting it printed or printing it at home, it is always